Discover the incredible moment when a poor girl's heartwarming wish led to life-changing fortune. Mia stood at the edge of the small town square, her heart pounding like a drum. The annual festival was in full swing, colors dancing everywhere, the reds, blues, and yellows of streamers fluttering in the breeze, children laughing as they chased each other, and the sweet smell of cotton candy filling the air. But for Mia, the scent of grease from her mother's diner nearby tugged at her heart. It was a reminder they were far from the bright lights and warm laughter of the festival's promise. Yet today felt different. Hope lingered in the air like the golden rays of the sun peeking through the clouds. Her eyes, bright with dreams, caught sight of the poster hanging by the fountain. An art contest. A glimmer of hope sparked within her. A scholarship to the art school, thought Mia, her mind racing. This was her chance to show the world the beauty she saw, even in a town struggling to hold itself together. Her fingers twitched with the urge to paint. She envisioned a mural that celebrated their spirit, their fight against hardships. As Mia rushed home, her heart soared at the thought of the mural. She began sketching that very night. With every stroke, she poured in pieces of her heart, capturing the vibrancy of her community. The old brick buildings lined with weeds, the worn benches where neighbors gathered to share laughter and coffee, and the shimmering river that showed glints of golden light at sunset. She pictured them, arms raised in unity against the backdrop of all they faced. But just as the first bloom of her dream began, a shadow crept into her bright canvas. A sudden call from the diner shattered her world like glass. Her mother had suffered an injury while grappling with a difficult customer. Without her mother's income, their tiny world began to shake. Panic clawed at Mia's chest. Would the scholarship, her only shining moment, be snatched away like a dream in the night? Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. The day of the contest arrived, and a wave of tension rippled through town. Mia's mural stood majestic, colorful, and raw with emotion. Yet, whispers echoed like thunder. A wealthy sponsor wanted this contest to serve their interests, distorting the beauty of art into a bargaining chip. Would Mia's talent shine through, or would wealth drown her dreams? She felt the weight of her community behind her, a mother's resilience, neighbors' unwavering support. As she stepped forward, paintbrush trembling in her hand, she felt every heartbeat, every hope of everyone who believed in her. Could this mural become their symbol of strength? And just as Mia drew the last line, the world seemed to hold its breath. Fate danced on the edge of a blade, and with one stroke, everything might change. Would this mural be her stepping stone to the future, or merely a testament of hardship? The question loomed in the air. Mia had to know, and so did everyone watching. Mia stepped back from her mural, her breath hitching in her throat as the colors came alive under the sun. Each brushstroke felt like a prayer, a piece of her soul laid bare for all to see. The townspeople had gathered, a mix of curiosity and support shining in their eyes. She scanned their faces, searching for a familiar one, her mother. Mia's heart sank a little. Her mom hadn't made it this far, still nursing her injury at the diner. As the townsfolk whispered among themselves, Mia's anxiety swirled like a storm. She couldn't shake the feeling that the wealthy sponsor's influence loomed over the contest. It felt like the very air was thick with pressure. She had painted that mural not just to win, but to uplift and inspire the community that had given her so much.
Would these lofty ideals echo against the voices of wealth and privilege? "Isn't it beautiful?" one woman mused, clutching a small child to her side. "Mia really captures the heart of this place, doesn't she?" Another nodded, her gaze steady. "Yes, but will the judges see that? They always favor the extravagant. This isn't a fancy gallery after all." Mia's stomach twisted. The fear that her small town could be overlooked, overshadowed by glitz, festered inside of her. As the judges took their places under a shade created by vibrant bunting, Mia felt the fluttering hope of the townspeople rest upon her shoulders. She looked at her mural, a cascade of colors that represented dreams, struggles, and an unwavering spirit. "This is it," she whispered to herself, gripping her paintbrush tightly. "I will make them see our truth." The contest began, and each artist presented their work. Some created safe pieces, showcasing money and grandeur. But Mia stood apart, with her story woven into every corner of her mural. The laughter, the tears, and the dreams that seemed just out of reach. Then came the moment of truth. The judges were gathered around, whispering and scribbling notes, their faces unreadable. Time stretched, and murmurs trickled through the crowd. Mia watched as their heads turned toward her mural, their expressions shifting. Suddenly, emotions bubbled within her. Hope clashed with trepidation. Would they connect with the heartbeat of the town, or dismiss it for something perceived as more glamorous? Mia barely noticed as the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the bustling square. As one of the judges stepped forward, Mia's heart pounded louder than ever. "This piece captures the essence of community," he began, and a spark of hope ignited within her. "Amidst the challenges you faced, it's a powerful reminder of strength and resilience." Cheers erupted from the crowd, filling Mia's chest with warmth. This was her moment. But then the weight returned. The wealthy sponsor stepped up, a sly smile on his face as he interrupted. "Impressive, Mia, but let's talk about the changes that could elevate your work even further." Mia felt her heart drop. Would he take her shining moment and twist it to fit his mold? She could sense the tension ripple through the audience. Would they stand with her or succumb to the allure of wealth? As the air thickened with anticipation, Mia realized she stood at a crossroads, not just for herself, but for her entire community. With the echoes of her town behind her, she had to decide. Would she alter her vision or stay true to what she believed in? The weight of the moment pressed down as she prepared to speak, uncertainty tightening around her throat. This was more than just a contest. This was about her mother, her home, and the future she dared to dream. Could she find the strength to stand firm against the tide? Mia took a deep breath, ready to face whatever came next, knowing that every stroke of her brush had led to this defining moment. Would she have the courage to speak her truth, no matter the cost? Mia's heart raced as she locked eyes with the sponsor. His silver suit sparkled under the fading sunlight, a stark contrast to her vibrant canvas. "Elevate my work," she echoed, her voice trembling. "You mean change it?" Everyone seemed to hold their breath, the crowd quieting down. The promise of support lingered in the air, but there was also an unsettling undertow. "What do you have in mind?" she asked, fighting to keep her voice steady. The sponsor leaned forward, a glint in his eye, clearly relishing this moment. "Imagine this mural with gilded frames, perhaps a little more depth. Think about larger themes, the greater narrative of success and luxury." He gestured with his hands, as if painting vivid images in the air. "People want to see ambition, Mia. That's what moves them." Mia's stomach twisted at the thought of erasing the heart of her work. The laughter of her friends, the stories of people who fought daily just to get by. Those weren't just elements of her mural. They were the foundation of who she was. She pictured her mother, struggling yet resilient, taking pride in the mural that represented their struggles and triumphs. This wasn't about grandiosity, it was about authenticity. Success isn't always about what glitters, Mia said, forcing herself to speak up, her palms clammy around her paintbrush. Sometimes it's about the little things that make life worth living. Community matters. Connection matters.
A low murmur rippled through the crowd, and she could see some faces lighting up with recognition. Gathering her courage, Mia continued, "This mural tells our story. If the judges can't see that, maybe they don't deserve my art." The sponsor's expression shifted from smug to incredulous. He seemed taken aback. A hushed stillness engulfed the audience, everyone holding on to her words. Mia's heart swelled with a mix of fear and hope. Would her words reach them? Would they feel the earnestness she poured into her work? One judge, a woman with kind eyes and silver strands in her hair, stepped forward. "Mia, the raw beauty of your mural speaks volumes. It's a mirror to your community's soul." She glanced at the sponsor, her gaze firm. Authenticity over opulence. Applause erupted, a wave of sound washing over Mia. Hope surged within her as the townspeople shouted their support. The atmosphere felt electric. Perhaps the community spirit could overpower the glittering allure of wealth. Yet, the sponsor wasn't done. "But true art is also a reflection of ambition, Mia. You could reach so many more if you just—" He trailed off, his voice edged with condescension. "Reach more? Or reach differently," Mia countered. "This isn't just about exposure. It's about preserving our stories, our history. It's about honoring our roots." The crowd began to murmur in agreement. Muffled whispers turned into chants of support. Mia felt strength flow through her, and tears pricked at her eyes. Her vision had connected with the people around her, igniting a passion that echoed off the walls of the square. The sun dipped lower, casting longer shadows over the crowd, and Mia suddenly felt the weight of their hopes and dreams mixing with her own. This was it, a chance to inspire, to stand up for authenticity. She had to believe in this moment, in her reality. Waves of emotion crashed over her, and she waited, unsure of what might come next. The wrenching pressure from the wealthy sponsor remained heavy, but perhaps she wasn't alone here. Could they really see her vision? Would they keep fighting, standing tall against the allure of opulence? As the audience quieted once more, Mia felt poised at the precipice of a monumental decision. "Can we change this narrative together?" she asked, her voice steady but raw. And deep down, she had a sinking feeling that the response would shape not only her journey, but the future of her community. The moment hung in the air, palpable and filled with promise, as Mia waited for an answer that could shift everything. A beat passed like an eternity as Mia looked into the sea of faces before her. The crowd stirred, uncertainty mingling with excitement. She could see the flicker of determination in their eyes, patched with hope and vulnerability. It was the kind of look that made her feel like they were all sharing a secret, something sacred. Then, as though pulled by an invisible string, a young boy stepped out from the throng. His clothes were worn, patched in places, but he stood tall, and in his hands he clutched a crumpled paper. "I believe in your mural, Mia. It shows us the real us." His voice wavered, but rang clear. The crowd erupted again, a symphony of shouts and applause echoing in the warm evening air. Mia's heart soared. That boy's simple yet powerful proclamation lit a fire, one that was brewing quietly in everyone's hearts. It was a reminder of why she painted in the first place. It was for them. A woman near the front chimed in, her own voice catching in her throat.
We are more than just what we own. We are our stories, our struggles. Her raw sincerity struck a chord that resonated deeply through the crowd. Mia felt her spirit rise higher. Faces all around her began to share their own stories, tales of resilience and heartbreak whispered under the soft glow of streetlights. Their collective energy pulsated in the square, wrapping around her like a warm embrace. It was more than a chance, it was a moment of awakening. But even amidst this excitement, the sponsor remained unmoved, a stark figure in his suit, desperately trying to regain control of the narrative. He cleared his throat, visibly frustrated. "But a mural that speaks to ambition could change your lives. Wouldn't you want a brighter future?" Mia turned towards him, the strength of her community fueling her resolve. "A brighter future doesn't have to come from abandoning our roots. We evolve by honoring where we come from, not erasing it." Her voice was unwavering, a steady current against his crashing waves of greed. The crowd's response was immediate, a low roar of agreement vibrating against the cobblestones. "We want authenticity," someone called, and it sent shivers of exhilaration down Mia's spine. As the energy buzzed intensely, Mia felt a profound connection with each person there. "This is our chance," she cried out, raising her arms. "Not just for me or for any one of us, but for everyone who feels unheard. Let's paint our truth." In that very moment, all doubts, fears, and insecurities fell away, leaving only the raw passion of community spirit. A chant of her name began, swelling with the force of a tidal wave. "Mia! Mia! Mia!" The sponsor's face twisted in incredulity, unable to comprehend how a simple murmur had transformed into a rallying cry. But Mia could only smile. She was ready, not just for a mural, but for a movement. Yet in the back of her mind, anxiety flickered. What would happen when the applause faded? Would they stay with her when the fight got tough? Could the warmth of this moment stand against the chill of reality? Still, she believed, and with that belief came a powerful thought. They forgot no one. What if they could start something bigger? Riveting ideas tumbled through her mind as the crowd began to disperse, a tangle of excitement and uncertainty leaving her breathless. Propelled by hope and selfless determination, Mia took a shaky breath. "Together, we'll not just change the mural, we'll change how we see ourselves." As murmurs of possibility spread across the square, the sun dipped fully beyond the horizon, casting a deep purple hue across the sky. But amid the darkness, a single thought glimmered in Mia's heart. What unimaginable changes could lie ahead if they truly embraced their shared journey? And in this pivotal moment, she knew she had to find the courage to ask one last question. What's the first step we take together? The air was thick with anticipation as the crowd began to disperse. Each step Mia took felt heavy with the weight of possibility. What did the first step look like? Would it be a small gathering? A community meeting? Her thoughts raced, wild and unruly, as if they were all threading toward a single point, a future she hadn't yet imagined. "Hey, Mia!" a familiar voice called out, breaking through her whirlwind. It was Sarah, her childhood friend. Sarah's face was flushed, eyes sparkling with excitement. "I can't believe what just happened. That was incredible." Mia smiled at her. "It felt important, but I can't shake this feeling. We need to keep the momentum." Sarah nodded, her curls bouncing. "Let's do something together. A workshop? We can teach everyone to express themselves through art. It would bring people together." Art as a language, Mia mused, the idea taking root. We could create something bigger than just a mural. We can make a series of community art projects that share our stories. The thought lit a spark inside her. "Oh, and imagine if we brought in local musicians and poets," Sarah exclaimed. "They could share their stories too. We want everyone to feel part of this." Mia felt the warmth of Sarah's enthusiasm seep into her. That's it. Art, music, poetry, a festival of our voices. But how do we get started? "I know people," Sarah said with unyielding optimism. "Let's gather our friends tonight. We can brainstorm ideas and set a date. I'll whip up some flyers." Mia's heart raced at the thought of rallying her friends. This was the first step, and it was tangible. Yes, we need voices from all parts of our community. Everyone deserves to be heard. As they chatted excitedly, plans began to unfold like the petals of a flower blooming at dawn. They grabbed paper and pens, sketching out notes, making lists of who to invite. Each bullet point felt like another thread woven into the fabric of their endeavor. After an hour flew by, the sun sank lower, casting a warm golden glow over their sketches. By the time they wrapped up, a sense of unity hummed between them. Mia felt grateful for her friend. "I couldn't have done this without you." "No, Mia," Sarah said. "This is ours. Remember, we're all in this together." They shared a moment of silence, letting the weight of their new mission sink in. It felt powerful, standing there with their dreams laid out before them. But beneath it all, a familiar thread of worry tugged at Mia. What if they failed? What if people didn't show up or participate? Yet she shook her head. "I'm going to push that fear aside. This is our moment." As they hugged goodbye, Mia looked back at Sarah, a comforting presence in the chaos of ambition. She would need her support as the weight of responsibility grew. The sun dipped below the horizon, and shadows danced across the cobblestones. Mia headed home, a myriad of thoughts whirling. What voices would rise in the festival? What stories begged to be told? The excitement bubbled within her, eclipsing the quiet doubts that lingered. When she finally reached her apartment, she took a deep breath. She felt the electricity in her veins, a surge of potential. It was real. They were building something, and it was theirs. But as she settled in, exhaustion began to creep in. Could she manage the expectations, the pressure of her community's hopes? The burgeoning mural and the whole movement behind it had to reflect the true heartbeat of their community. She clasped her hands, closed her eyes, and made a silent wish. In this moment, she didn't just want to change the art, they needed to change their stories together. And deep down, she sensed that this was only the beginning. But what if the real challenge was yet to come? What obstacles awaited as they took their first step toward transformation? The next morning, sunlight spilled through Mia's window like the gentle whisper of hope. She stretched, feeling the promise of the day pulse in her veins. Today was the day to turn dreams into action. She grabbed her phone, fingers jittering with anticipation as she texted Sarah. "Let's meet at the cafe at 10. We need to get the word out." With a quick shower and a hastily made breakfast, Mia was out the door, cradling a notebook filled with ideas and sketches. The cafe was buzzing with activity. As she stepped inside, the aroma of fresh coffee and pastry enveloped her, invigorating her spirit. Sarah was already there, her laughter rising above the chatter, spreading joy like sunlight breaking through clouds. "Mia, I've been working on the flyers. Look!" She slid a colorful paper across the table, each word alive with energy. "Art and Soul Festival," it declared in bold letters, flanked by vibrant doodles of paintbrushes and musical notes. Mia grabbed the flyer with excitement, her heart racing. "This is perfect. We're going to spread the word. Everyone needs to know." They spent the next hour brainstorming ideas, refining their vision. Each suggestion sparked more creativity. They painted a picture of community gardens adorned with murals, live music echoing through the streets, and laughter ringing among families, every voice joining in. As Mia's imagination swirled with possibilities, her phone buzzed with notifications. It was a message from her local cafe. Community board! They had approved their festival! Relief washed over her, blending with newfound determination. "This is a sign, Sarah. We have to take this momentum and run with it." Mia's words poured out, each sentence building an invisible wall against her fears. "Yes!" Sarah fist-pumped the air. "Let's make a list of businesses to partner with. The cafe could donate pastries. We can ask the bookstore to host poetry readings." Ideas flowed, and the cafe began to fill with people looking over to see what the excitement was about. Mia noticed a few familiar faces, friends from high school and neighbors. She beckoned them over, her excitement contagious. "Mia, what's happening?" one of them asked, eyes shining with curiosity. "Join us! We're putting together an art festival for the community. We want everyone to express themselves. Your voices matter." Several of them perked up, intrigued. They began sharing their own thoughts. Some were nervous about sharing their art. Others were eager to contribute their stories but felt unheard. Mia felt a pang in her heart, each admission uncovering the layers of longing that connected them all. That's when a quiet voice broke through the bubble of excitement. It was Leah, a shy girl from school who had always kept to herself. I want to join. I have some poems." The room hushed. All eyes turned to her, and Mia's heart ached with hope. "Absolutely! We would love to hear your poems. You're welcome here." Leah's cheeks flushed, but there was a glimmer of courage in her eyes. That simple gesture ignited a spark in Mia. This wasn't just about art. It was about connection, about nurturing a space where everyone felt brave enough to share their heart. As the morning turned to noon and their ideas took off like wildfire, Mia felt a blending of exhilaration and trepidation. They needed to harness this energy. But what if it wasn't enough? What if they couldn't pull it off? "Hey, what's wrong?" Sarah noticed her distancing, concern knitted across her brow. "I just hope everyone feels included," Mia replied, voice a little shaky. "It's not just the art. It's about us coming together and healing. What if we fail to do that?" Sarah squeezed her hand, grounding Mia within the whirlwind of anticipation. "We won't fail, because we care. That's our strength." With that reassurance, they leaned into the challenge ahead. Each idea, each voice gathered around felt like a promise. As they left the cafe, armed with flyers and a growing list of collaborators, Mia's heart swelled with hope. Maybe this was how change began, not in grand gestures, but in small moments of bravery. But what worries still lingered at the back of her mind? What burdens would they have to confront before the festival could truly reflect their community spirit? The next days passed in a blur of energy and excitement. Every morning, Mia awakened with a renewed sense of purpose. Her mind raced with ideas, intertwining with the rhythm of her heart. Everyday life. She and Sarah became a team, mapping out plan after plan. Each idea sparked discussions filled with laughter, anticipation, and a few manageable fears. One afternoon, they decided to visit local businesses to share their vision. Mia's heart pounded with both excitement and anxiety as they approached Urban Threads, a cozy little shop selling handmade crafts. The bell above the door chimed, announcing their entrance. The owner, an enthusiastic woman named Linda, was arranging colorful scarves when they walked in. "Hey there," she greeted, her eyes brightening at the sight of the two friends. "What can I do for you?" Mia stepped forward, clutching the flyer tightly. "We're organizing an art and soul festival and wanted to see if you'd be interested in participating or maybe providing a donation." Linda paused, her smile fading slightly as she considered the proposal. "I love the idea, but you know how tough things have been with the economy." She trailed off, a hint of worry in her eyes. Mia didn't let it deter her. "We're not asking just for donations. This festival could bring in more people to your shop, people who wouldn't normally stop by. It's about building community, helping each other grow." The wheels began to turn in Linda's mind. After a moment of deliberation, she nodded. "Okay, I'm in. I can donate a few items for a raffle. Maybe I'll even set up a booth. Let's see where this goes." As Mia and Sarah left the shop, a wave of triumph washed over them. They continued their rounds, meeting owners of bakeries, art supply stores, and even a local music shop. Each step brought them closer to realizing their dream. However, not every visit was filled with cheer. At the local diner, the owner, an older man with a furrowed brow, listened to their pitch but shook his head. "I can't spare anything right now. Things are tight, and I need to keep all my resources on hand." Mia's heart sank, but she remembered Sarah's words. They cared, and that was their strength. "We understand, but if you feel willing to, even a small contribution can make a difference. A gift card, a few pastries, anything to draw people in could help all of us." His eyes softened, and for a moment Mia thought she saw a glimmer of hope. "You're passionate, I'll give you that. Let me think it over." They left the diner, feeling a mix of defeat and hope. It wasn't easy, but it was real. The challenges they faced mirrored the very essence of the festival they were creating, a chance for the entire community to come together despite their struggles. As days turned to weeks, the festival planning gained momentum, but Mia often returned to her worries. Even the small setbacks felt monumental. Would they truly unite as a community? What if too many were still afraid to reach out? One late evening, as she lay in bed staring at the ceiling, her phone buzzed.
Beside her, it was a message from Leah. "Can we meet? I want to talk about those poems." Mia felt a knot of excitement swirl in her stomach. Was Leah ready to share not just her work, but a part of herself? The next jump they took would be huge, a leap from simply organizing to creating a platform for voices that were too long silenced. How would Leah's courage inspire them all? There were whispers of strength just waiting to rise, but what would it take for everyone to truly step into their light? Mia felt her heart race as she typed out a quick response to Leah. Absolutely, when and where? She barely managed to keep her excitement in check. After a few moments of anticipation, Leah replied, suggesting a small coffee shop downtown known for its inviting atmosphere. The next day felt like it dragged on. Mia could hardly concentrate on anything else. Every thought raced back to Leah and the poems she hinted at sharing. Sarah, noticing her twitchy energy, laughed. "I swear, you're like a kid before Christmas. You're going to scare her off at this rate." "Yeah, maybe, but I can't help it. Do you think she's finally ready to open up?" Mia asked, her eyes wide with hope. "Just be there for her," Sarah said, her voice steady. "That's all that matters." By evening, the coffee shop was buzzing with a mix of chatter and clinking mugs. The comforting aroma of coffee filled the air, grounding Mia's nerves somewhat as she sat at a cozy corner table. The faint hum of indie music added to the warmth. She looked up just as Leah stepped through the door. Leah's eyes flickered with uncertainty as she approached, but quickly turned to bright when she spotted Mia. "Hey," she said softly, taking a seat. "Hey, I'm so happy you could make it," Mia smiled, trying to convey every ounce of enthusiasm without overwhelming her. For a moment, they sat quietly. Leah nervously fiddled with her hands, and Mia felt the weight behind her hesitation. "So, about the poems," Leah finally started. "Yeah, I can't wait to hear them," Mia leaned in, her encouragement genuine. Leah took a deep breath. "I've been writing a lot about how I've felt during this tough time. It's all a bit personal." "That's okay," Mia said gently. "Your voice is important, Leah. Remember, this festival is all about sharing and healing." The tension in Leah's shoulders seemed to ease. "Okay, here goes," she whispered as she opened a small notebook. As Leah read, Mia felt herself drawn in. The words were raw, painted with emotions that many could relate to. The loneliness, the yearning for connection, and a hope glimmering through the darkness. Each line resonated like musical notes, and soon tears pricked at the corners of Mia's eyes. "Wow," Mia breathed when Leah finished. "That was incredible. You have such a gift. You can really touch people with your words." Leah blushed, surprise flickering in her eyes. "You really think so?" "Absolutely," Mia insisted, a smile spreading across her face. "You should read these at the festival. Imagine the impact it could have. It's not just your story, it's everyone's story. Leah looked thoughtful, weighing the idea. But what if they don't like it? What if I mess up? What if it's exactly what someone needs to hear? Mia countered, her voice steady. You can't let fear hold you back. You deserve to be heard. As Leah contemplated, a spark of determination flickered in her eyes. You're right. I think I'd like to do it. Mia's heart soared. Yes, I can't wait to see you shine. But just then, Leah's expression shifted. There's something else I need to tell you, she said, her eyes looking distant. Suddenly, the weight of unspoken truths filled the space between them. Mia leaned closer, sensing something significant about to unfold. What could Leah still be hiding, and what impact would it have on their dreams of uniting the community? A tension hung in the air, thick with untold stories waiting to be shared. Leah's gaze dropped to the table, her fingers tracing the edge of her notebook as if seeking words from its worn pages. Mia could feel the air around them crackle with unspoken emotions. She held her breath, waiting. Ever since I started writing, Leah began slowly, it's been a way for me to process everything. The ups, the downs, the loneliness after everything happened. She bit her lip, a nervous gesture that Mia recognized well. But there's more. I've been so scared to share what's really been going on. Mia's heart pounded loudly in her ears. You can tell me anything, Leah. You know that, right? I'm here for you. Leah took a deep breath, the strength of her resolve visible in her eyes. I've been struggling more than I let on. There are days when I feel completely lost. And now, the festival. It feels like a mountain I'm supposed to climb. But what if I fall? Is that why you've been holding back? Mia asked gently, leaning forward, her heart aching for her friend. Leah nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. I keep thinking about how to make it through. My family isn't. Well, it hasn't been easy. Finances have gotten tighter since... She stopped, the words clinging to her throat. Mia reached across the table, squeezing Leah's hand. You don't have to do this alone. We can face whatever's weighing you down together. The warmth from Mia's gesture sparked something in Leah. Tears glistened as she continued. Last month, I had to make a choice, whether to pay for my last semester of school or help my mom with the bills. I chose my mom. So now, I'm not sure what's next. Mia's breath caught in her throat. She felt an overwhelming sorrow pour over her for Leah's unspoken burdens. Leah, I'm so sorry. You're so strong for
doing that for your mom. But please, don't think you have to carry this weight alone. Leah sniffled, brushing her tears away. I've always been afraid to ask for help, but I don't want to let fear control my life anymore. Sharing my poetry, it's my chance to break free, to connect with others who might feel the same. Yes, Mia exclaimed, her enthusiasm bubbling up. And maybe when you do, you'll find that strength within you. Your words can inspire so many people who might be going through similar struggles. Leah looked into Mia's eyes, hope kindling within her. You really think my poetry could do that? Absolutely. It's not just about you. Your story matters. It could change a life, maybe even yours. Just as Leah was about to respond, the coffee shop door swung open and the evening chill swept inside, carrying a group of loud patrons. Their laughter echoed, breaking the tension. Leah blinked, seemingly grounded back in reality. See, that's life. So unpredictable. Mia smiled, wanting to lighten the atmosphere. All we can do is embrace it, right? Right, Leah said, a flicker of determination in her expression. I'll read at the festival. I owe it to myself, and to my story. Mia's heart swelled with pride. Yes, you will shine, Leah. I just know it. But just as excitement bubbled between them, Leah hesitated, a shadow crossing her face. But there's still one more thing I need to tell you. Something that's been on my mind for a long time. Mia's stomach dropped slightly. sensing that this revelation could change everything. What if it was the missing piece of Leah's heart she had been searching for? As Leah took another deep breath, Mia leaned closer, anticipation solidifying the moment. What could Leah possibly reveal that would shift the course of their lives? Leah clasped her hands together, her fingers trembling slightly. The words were right there, waiting to spill out. Mia, I need to be honest about how I feel toward you. Mia's heart raced, uncertainty twisting in her stomach. Feel? What do you mean? Leah glanced away, collecting her thoughts before meeting Mia's gaze again. Since we started planning the festival, I've realized how much I admire you. You've always been the brave one, stepping up to fight for what matters. And I've felt this connection growing deeper. I like you, Mia, more than just a friend. For a moment, silence enveloped them. Mia's heart skipped, pulling her in two different directions. She hadn't seen it coming, but there was a warmth bubbling within her. As Leah's words sunk in, a smile broke onto Mia's face, brightening the coffee shop's weary glow. Wow, Leah, A rush of words spilled out before she could rein in her excitement. I like you too. I've had feelings, but I didn't know if you felt the same way. This is amazing. Relief washed over Leah's features, her breath released like a balloon deflating. Really? You mean?
It? Yes, I've been hoping. The thought surged through Mia, filling her heart with joy. This wasn't just about the festival or art anymore. This was about something truly meaningful, a chance to build a connection beyond words. Leah's eyes sparkled with a mix of disbelief and joy. Then, what do we do now? Mia felt the thrill of possibility. Together! We're already facing everything else together, right? They both laughed, the tension easing away, replaced with giddy excitement. Yes, together, Leah repeated, a bubble of happiness rising between them. Mia couldn't help but reach over and take Leah's hand, intertwining their fingers. I'm so proud of you, Leah. You're stepping into your light in more ways than one. We'll support each other in art and beyond. And just like that, the world around them faded as they leaned into this new chapter of their friendship. They began talking and dreaming, weaving ideas about their future, not just for the festival, but for their budding relationship. As they finalized plans for the poetry reading, a sudden thought struck Mia. What if we make this a safe place for everyone, a chance for more voices to rise up and be heard? Yes, we could create an open mic segment. Everyone can share their stories through poetry, art, or even music, Leah suggested, excitement brightening her face. Mia's heart raced at the prospect. Exactly! If we can provide a platform for our community, we can amplify all these beautiful stories. The visions became more vibrant, filling their hearts with renewed passion as they scribbled down ideas. Hours melted away in the cozy coffee shop as they fleshed out the details, wondering what stories would echo in their festival space, what paths their community would take as they shared their truths. Would they uplift each other and push forward despite the risks? As the sun dipped below the horizon, its soft glow illuminated the world outside, and Mia felt a swell of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this was how real transformation happened, through vulnerability, connection, and shared stories. With a monumental step ahead, the festival grew closer. Leaving the coffee shop that evening, Leah and Mia walked side by side, hearts alight with possibilities. Their laughter mingled in the crisp night air, lifting their spirits even higher. But amidst their excitement, questions lingered. Would others embrace this chance? Would the community rally, step up, and shine their voices too? And what challenges would they face as they prepared for the big day? Mia could only hope that together they would navigate whatever came next. As they reached their final destination, a place filled with creativity, unity, and growing voices, a bond cemented between them, founded on honesty, art, and love.
And just beyond the horizon, a profound sense of community awaited. This was just the beginning. And the heart of the festival, of art, of stories, of togetherness, was ready to rise, touching lives in ways Mia could only dream of. As they walked back home, a whisper of determination
played in the wind. They were ready, and whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. Now, a call to action for you, dear friends. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. This is the moment to show your support. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and spread the positivity. Comment below your reactions and feelings about this ending. Share your own stories of transformation. And don't wait not even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this message of hope and change. Together, let's continue to uplift each other.